Hello, guys, and welcome to another edition of All NBA 24/7. I am your host, Rishi Kapoor, and on tonight's episode 32, I'm going to be discussing which NBA player in NBA history had the greatest NBA handles. So, the greatest handles, who shook up the most players, crossovers and stuff like that. So, names that quickly come to mind to me are, Allen Iverson, Jason White Chocolate Williams. Tim Hardaway, had a great crossover. Jamal Crawford, Chris Paul, Darren Williams, Stephen Curry has a nice handle. Kyrie Irving, so just great handles. And want to give a shout out to one player who didn't really play like a long NBA career, but was just a great at handles was God Shamgod. He played for Providence, so. He had a great handle, but in my opinion, out of all these players, I got to go with Allen Iverson having the greatest handles. I mean, he just had a great mixture of speed and quickness and handles. He did after all cross over the GOAT, Michael Jordan. And what the crazy thing about that move was he got Jordan on a crossover, then Jordan almost came back to block his shot. But Allen Iverson got his shot off over Michael Jordan, hit nothing but net. But that's how great of a defender Jordan was. He almost blocked Allen Iverson's shot. So, that clip is just, a great clip. You can hear Phil Jackson, shouting, Jordan. No, he was saying, Michael, get up on him. And it was just very tough to stay in front of Allen Iverson. I mean, Kobe Bryant in his prime could not do anything against him. Could not even stay in front of him. I mean, Allen Iverson was the most feared player to guard, and you were going to be on a highlight. You were going to be embarrassed. You were going to fall. I mean, the way he did Antonio Daniels, he crossed him over twice. That was just so embarrassing and humiliating. And the way he crossed over Jacques Vaughn too. I remember when he was playing against New Jersey Nets. I mean, he just had the great mixture of speed, quickness, and then the handle with the speed. He just had, the perfect combination. Had, in my opinion, the best crossover. I mean, you could not stay in front of him, and he gave so many great passes. And Jason White Chocolate Williams, was great too. He crossed over Gary Payne, to the point where Gary had to stick his leg to stop him. He had to stick his leg out to stop him, and the behind the back elbow pass by Jason White Chocolate Williams was nice. Tim Hardaway obviously had a great crossover back in the day. He crossed over a lot of people. Jamal Crawford obviously had a great move, the shake and bake. He got a lot of players with that. Darren Williams, Chris Paul, but say if I was in the NBA and I could choose, and out of all these guys, who I would least want to guard, it would be Allen Iverson in his prime. And I believe that if there was a poll saying out of all these players, who would you want to least guard in their prime, it would be Allen Iverson. I mean, because you got to do a whole hell of a lot to cross over the greatest player of all time, who was a 9-time All-Defensive First Team member, an NBA Defensive Player of the Year, and who was in his prime. I mean, that happened in 1996. That was Allen Iverson's first career year in the NBA, and Allen Iverson did always say that, hey, when I get matched up with Jordan, I'm not going to back away from him. That was his idol, so I believe that, I bet that was just like, a great moment for him. And, but yeah, just based off of that fact alone, I mean, you crossed over the greatest, possibly the greatest defender of all time, and the greatest player, without a shadow of a doubt, the greatest player of all time, Michael Jordan. So, that's why I would say, right, that like Allen Iverson, is the best, and just, of his track record. If you look at all of his highlights, he embarrassed a lot of NBA stars, and there's even a clip saying, all these NBA players are asked, who would you least want to guard, and all of them, are quick to say Allen Iverson. So, Allen Iverson in his prime was a problem. Kobe Bryant said it, and a lot of players knew, the type of player that he was. He was quick. Before you knew it, he was right at the rim, going for a layup. So, yeah, guys. So thank you for tuning in. That's who I believe has the greatest handles. I got to give it to Allen Iverson. Who do you think has the best handles of all time in NBA history? Let me know in the comment section below. Don't be biased. I'm not being biased. I've told you guys before that Allen Iverson is tied up there with Vince Carter as being my favorite player of all time, but you got to give him his props based off of what he has done to players in the NBA and his track record. So I got to give it to Allen Iverson, but let me know if you guys agree with me or disagree. Who would you go with and why? And yeah, I look forward to reading your comments, guys. So thank you for tuning in. And yeah, guys, I got a lot more content coming through. Preseason's almost coming up. NBA season's almost coming up. So yeah, stay tuned. I got a lot more content, a lot more videos that I'll be making, guys. So yeah, stay tuned. I'll see you guys next time.